basically a talk uh, showing an aspect of diabetic vitrectomy where we aim at identifying the plane for further dissection after we remove the either the vitreous opacities or the anterior leaf of the schists. Now, I have a low threshold personally for bimanual surgery, but this technique is basically a unimanual surgery, and I don't hesitate to give up this technique if I find it's not working in a particular case. So this essentially starts with identifying the membranes as Dr. Gary Abraham had earlier done with the scissor and the forceps in the 20 gauge era. Here in the MIVS era, we just do a titrated tug, which even Satish had pointed out, at the disc and achieve a plane. It has to be a slow titrated tug. And I switch to Lander's lens for better stereopsis while doing this, and also for making sure I'm doing no harm in the immediate environment where I'm doing the tug. And this works pretty well in my hands in a fair number of cases. It's not for every case. And so you identify the area of maximum purchase and easy purchase of the membrane. And then you look at this and you create a plane and you go with your MIVS cutter. I normally use 25 gauge. I don't use 27 gauge that much in my diabetic vitrectomies, nor do I use 23 gauge. For me, MIVS is mostly 25 gauge. Only some macular cases I would use 27. So I like to manage my lot of disc ooze and other ooze by a little bit of drop of triamcinolone, and I wait for some time with a exchange with a pressure of anything between 40 and 50, and I do this. Again, identifying the area of attachment, giving a small titrated tug, and then it defines an easy plane for removal and shortens your surgical time in a diabetic vitreous surgery, plus makes it simpler. You can use micro tugs to delineate it further, but if you find there are broad-based peg-like areas, then you have to segment, or you can change to bimanual if you want to do the old-fashioned en bloc dissection. That's your personal choice, what works best in your hand. So this technique for me has worked in a fair number of cases. Some severe membranes can also be dealt with this technique with care and caution. You are able to create a potential area plane where you see a little, and then you go ahead with your cutter, and once you've got the plane, then further dissection becomes easy. And there is no reason not to switch on to a bimanual technique if you find there is a risk of creating breaks. All you have to do is, I have the chandelier on from the beginning in a lot of my cases, and I just change to bimanual as per the need. So this is just another way of skinning the cat. Most of these eyes have already been pre-treated with anti-VEGF. In my case, mostly 3 days, 72 hours before the surgery is the optimum time which I like to give. like Lalit had demonstrated, you create an area, you remove the blood. This place had another attachment which I could identify before blood removal. So I gave a micro tuck there, created a space, and I went ahead. So this is just another way. It's not the only way, but one more way of doing diabetic vitreous surgery. Thank you very much. Malika, thank you.
Nice videos, Shobit. Nice videos. I like the terminology of micro tuck. If you do that,
I like
is
the
very
tug
useful.
of
Yeah.
peace. I lovingly call it the tug of peace because it doesn't
Yeah.
create war.